All right, and we are live. Salute to the tribe. What's up? What's happening? This video is not going to be too long, you guys. Just wanted to get out here in between, enjoying my son's birthday weekend while it's raining. I guess we're going to find something to do indoors. But I want you to understand that you have a superpower. The ability to get women without trying is a superpower, and even though you don't give it much thought because you got better things to do, which is part of the reason why women are obsessed with you, that doesn't mean that it's not a power that other males and men don't notice. And you have to understand, most to all, and pretty much all of us, but not all the time, we're doing things for women's attention. But there gets to be certain places and time in your life where you should grow out of that, but some guys don't. And these guys are normally like self-identified alphas, or guys that you would identify as an alpha. The self-identified alpha is what I consider not to really be an alpha, right? They don't. Okay. There's a lot of guys that call themselves alphas, right? I guess Andrew Tate would be one because he puts himself out there, completely puts himself out there, going against governments and stuff like that, doing what he believes to be what it, what I'm saying. He won't. That's him being, that's alpha shit, right? When you're online claiming to be an alpha, you've never done nothing. You've never put yourself out there in a way that could cause you to lose your following. You've never been in the military. You never served nothing, but you're claiming that you're this tough guy. No, what you are is you're trying to make up for lost time. You are a self-proclaimed alpha. You are a beta in alpha clothing. You are a beta ascended. A beta ascended is a beta that never got women, but then he got clout and money, or money, then clout, and now he has access to women, but he still has that same beta mentality. He wants to do whatever it takes to get the attention of women, and a beta will always study other men. Hey, what's going on, man? What's going on? Man, just chilling. Appreciate you, James. Salute to the tribe. I'm going to get that comment up. A beta is always competing with grown men. This is how you always can identify. Alphas compete with other men too, but a lot of times their ego will have them let you know that they're competing with you. Like, I'm competing with all y'all. But a beta, a ascended beta, a self-proclaimed alpha, a beta in alpha clothing, they will secretly compete with you. They don't never do nothing out openly. It's all sneaky beta shit. It's going up against the guy in his mind that he feels like is that guy, and it competing with them without ever letting it be known, hey, I got a problem with this guy. Hey, this guy right here bothers me, and I go against everything that he has. No, you do it in a real sneaky, covert, what I'm saying, weirdo, and that's why you're a beta. That's why you're a beta ascended. You're not even an alpha, and I'm not in no kind of way glorifying alphas at all. I'm over glazing no fucking alphas. You crazy? You know what I'm saying? I'm a sigma. I don't even, but at least an alpha, will put itself out there. He will let everybody know how he feels. And it is what it is. These ascended betas that call themselves alpha, they'll change their mind depending on how the conversation is going. They're just like women. They be online studying other dudes and trying to know what to say all the time, but their soul is weak. They talk low when they're in a group setting. They're the lowest energy, seem like the lowest testosterone dude, but they might be the richest one in the room. You know what I'm saying? They might be the one whose platform is that it belongs to, right? These aren't like real alpha dudes. And the problem with these dudes, more so than the alpha, of course, an alpha sees a sigma, and all men, I mean, not sigma guys, but alphas and betas and the other guys, man, they're really in competition for women. Like, it's crazy. They act like it's in short supply or something. Man, my audio might be crazy. Working. My audio working. I'm not sure. I had my headphones hooked up. I didn't even know. They're all like trying to get women's attention, and if these alphas and these betas think or see that you get women, then they want to study you. You know what I'm saying? And these beta dudes, man, you know what I'm saying? Like they take it to the next level, you know. So it's not even when you're out here dating, you know, you have to be worried about like the women that obsess over you, because women only do so much, man. They'll study you, they'll troll you. But like dudes that study you, those are the dangerous ones, man. The dudes that are studying you, that have made you their enemy and want to put themselves in secret competition with you. And with the internet being the way that it is, you have really weird people that are able to disguise themselves as just whatever, while they're really just in the in the background studying the people they don't like, mimicking, mocking, what, just weirdo stuff, man. You know, and then they get to get online and portray themselves as a certain kind of person. You know, so you have to be really careful out here. That's why I tell y'all, move in silence. While you're moving in silence, like watch the people that are watching you. You know, you'll notice the ones that are observing you, because the things that you say, they'll start saying the same stuff. They'll slip up. They always slip up. And the thing about a beta and alphas too, but mainly a beta, they put themselves in this competition with you, man, like an unhealthy type of secret competition with you. You know what I'm saying? And they can't help themselves. It's kind of like they feel like it's a rite of passage, like some Highlander shit. Like they're going to be one. You know, they they want to take your head off every chance they get. It's, but they do it very covertly. It's never like man, I just don't like this dude and da, da, da. No. It's real sneaky. You know, real beta type stuff, dude. Like real cowardly type of stuff. And these cowards will go through all kind of different levels of sneakiness to just mess your game up, because again they feel like they're undeserving of women. They've worked hard to get where they're at. They finally get a few women, and then you're able to do it effortlessly. And these cowards, man, these fake alphas, they're worse than an actual alpha. So you know, it's not the women that are obsessing over you that's the problem ever, because they're only going to do so much. It's the dudes that are observing the women obsessing over you. Those are the problems. Those will be the dudes that'll be in the background trying to throw shade on you to whatever woman they're around, trying to smear your name, secretly competing with you. You're working out. These dum dums can't see an alpha, period, whether it's a beta or an alpha. These people, they cannot motivate themselves. They have to motivate themselves by being in competition with someone else. Even if it's a secret competition, they cannot motivate themselves. They can't do it. It's not in them. They're not man enough to be able to motivate themselves. They got to compare themselves to the person that they believe is man enough to get the job done, and do it in a covert, sneaky ass, cowardly way. That's how they move. And if you are one of these people, I'm definitely talking to you. If you sit here and you study men and you take ideas from them, and you try to compete with them covertly, right? Then you're one of these beta dudes that, you know, trying to, you know, project yourself as alpha or something else. You really shouldn't need to compare yourself with any other guy. And if a guy is getting women, that has nothing to do with you. There's no amount of studying or trying to take character traits from that. You will never get women like that dude. It's about him. And you betas and you alphas don't. You think that it's some kind of system you can memorize and a certain way that you can act. And no, man. That's the reason why y'all so different from us. Sigma dudes are just gonna be ourselves, and we get whatever we get, and it is what it is. Y'all feel like y'all can adjust yourselves and chameleon into whatever needs to be to get more women and to get praise from other people. And it always comes off fake, inauthentic. And that's the reason why you're always jealous of guys like us who just don't even care. We're going to be who we are. It is what it is. Take it how you're going to take it. And you're going to have these kind of guys, man. You'll always notice these dudes, man. They'll adjust how they are according to who they're around. They kind of talk low. They don't really ever, they can't really get that loud. And even when they try to get loud, it's like a timidness in their voice. Like they're kind of in their mind saying, why are you making me do this? I'm trying to tell you. I'm not even going to lie, man. And these cowards, I don't care. This is why I keep telling y'all, and it's not to shade people that have worked hard to get where they're at on social media. It's to call out these cowards that think that they can hide behind. I gotta turn my light on. These cowards and they can hide behind their social media clout and this assumed alphaness. No, 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 no. I can see right past that. I can see you. I can see you. I don't care what your social media numbers are. I can look at your podcast and see when you're challenged, how you stutter, stumble, get lower in your voice. That's that coward in you. That's who you really are. Like, that's who you really are. So you can't just sit there and put up this image or whatever and then make these curated pre-recorded videos, because when you go live and you get challenged by women that talk over you or whatever, that's when, we can see what you're really made of. You let them talk over you, and when you have to correct them, it's because you let it go too far, and then you explode instead of you having a calm, cool, collected type of way of getting them, rallying them back together. If you're going to be a crash out, be a crash out all the time. See, when a person goes off like on a podcast and you've never seen them do it in their videos, that means that they're studying other people and they're curating their speech and things during their pre-records. But when you're put in a live stream situation and you can't predict what's going to be said and how it's going to trigger you, that's when that person's real character comes out. That's the real them that comes out. And when they get to a point where, they're being backed up against a corner and, they're trying to talk to someone, the woman just keeps over talking, and then they just, erupt into this screaming session. That person doesn't know how to handle things well. That's who he really is in real life. All that posturing, trying to seem stoic, that's fake and facade. He's a beta type of guy who takes a lot of stuff until it gets to a point where he can't no more, and then he'll lash out and do something that could possibly even be violent depending on the situation, instead of him rationally being able to handle a woman or the situation and check her throughout the situation when she first starts over talking you or whatever, or talking babbling nonsense, or over talking it, correct it right then. Hey, it's enough. That's enough. We're all civilized adults here. Talking over someone, speed talking, doesn't get your point across, nor does it make you look more intellectual. Okay, calm down or you're gonna get gone. Period. Point blank. Do we have an understanding? Okay. All right, let's continue. That's it. You don't let them get away with it. Let them get away with it. You're creating a pattern, letting them think that, and then you're going to explode, like erupt on them. And this is how you can tell someone that tries to fake a certain persona online. And everyone thinks that being nonchalant and being stoic are two different things. Being nonchalant and being unbothered are two different things. Stop conflating the two. Y'all done made a whole thing by this fake, unbothered stoicism, this nonchalant thing. Nonchalant is fake ass stoicism. It's people that are not stoic, have not been training themselves, have not been meditating, faking like everything doesn't bother them when everything does really bother them. And it always comes out whenever they're tested on a live stream. They can't maintain that same level of stoicism. And that's another problem that I have. And I don't like seeing fake ass people like that. If you're a calm, cool, and collected person, you're going to be that way all the time. Everybody got a point where, buttons get pushed, but that should also show up in your pre-records. It should show up during other videos that you make other than your live streams, when you can't predict what someone's going to say, how it's going to make you feel. That's just the way that it is. I observe all this stuff. That's how I can tell these Sigma, man. If he has to go off on somebody in a live, he just does it. If Sigma, if he's making a pre-record video and he's passionate about it, he's going to go off during that. A fake ass alpha is going to act like he's nonchalant in every situation. Think that speaking monotone and acting like he can just sit there still the whole time, like that's some kind of way of showing stoicism, or maturity, or whatever, being a mature type of alpha. That's not it, man. That's not it. That's you putting on a mask, and it works until it doesn't. It works until it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why women gravitate towards men like me and Sigmas, right? Masculinity in that kind of way, we are consistent. If I'm making a pre-recorded video and I'm passionate, I might get a little bit loud during that. If I'm in the middle of making a live stream and someone comes in here disrespectful, I'm going to go ahead and check them. But I'm always that way. I'm always consistently that way. women are, they want to be able to see a pattern so they can know how you're going to act and be, so they can kind of predict it, so they don't put themselves in a situation where they thought a man was great and he might be decent. Next, you know, he's going upside her head whenever she's done said a few things that she didn't think bothered him that much. Come to find out, this idiot's letting it stack up in his head, and then he's gonna sit there and just, you know, erupt into whatever. Those kind of people I don't like. Those kind of fake ass people I don't like, because you can't trust them. They're acting like they're nonchalant and unbothered. They are being nonchalant, because that's a fake. That's a fake person, you know. But they're acting like they're unbothered. They're stoic, but they're not. If you're stoic, you're able to get whatever your point needs to be gotten across without letting things actually build up. You know what I'm saying? To where you feel like you need to, you know, explode or completely crash out and act out a character that no one's really ever seen you, when you're always trying to act like you're calm. That shit is not consistent. That shit's weird. That's weird. And these are the same kind of weird people that really be super envious and jealous, that talk a bunch of junk offline, but then get online and act a certain kind of way to present themselves so that people, you know, will subscribe, buy their bullshit ass courses or whatever. But they're not really living like that. And what I'm saying to wrap this all together is, women can tell when you are real with it, when you are authentic. See, y'all are the kind of dudes, the alpha dudes are the kind of dudes that watch me be like, oh, he's crashing all the time. Oh, he's always going off on women. But then they'll watch women, you know, talk to me on TikTok or in my comment section and be like, man, I thought he was crashing out, but women like that. Then they'll study it and start doing exactly what I was doing after they made fun of it before, whatever, because they're just doing whatever it takes to get women. And if whatever it takes is being the way that I am, direct, blunt, straight to the point, being unbothered and stoic, they'll do that. If it's more along the lines of pandering and letting things go and acting like nothing ever bothers you, and you know, you don't need to express how you really feel about what this crazy woman is saying, they'll do that. They're not consistent. It's just whatever's in. That's it. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. I don't like this new mechanism they got on here. Um it's like another step when you're going to show the comment, but it does, you know, allow me to star the comment, ban the user, and delete. I love that. I love it, man. That makes me feel like I'm running something over here. You know what I'm saying? Ban and delete. Oh, yes. Ban and delete. Put that in the title. Ban and delete. But yeah, you guys, women can see, they can sense that authentic type of guy that, you know, he expresses himself no matter what. It's when you hide who you are and you think you have this great mask on, and that's when women will be like, I mean, I know on paper, you know, look like you got it together, but it's just something. It's that fakeness. They can sense that you're a little too calm. That you're a little too monotone. You know what I'm saying? Your life might seem like you have it a little too together. Women can sense that. But when you're like, you know, you're passionate about stuff, you go off about stuff, they can read into that a little bit more, like, okay, so he'll, you know, he'll go off about this, or all right, you know, I can sense it's when you just act like you're monotone and dead inside, and you think that's being stoic, and you don't know that that's not. It ain't turning women on. It ain't what women want. They don't want a robot. They want a man that knows how to handle it and control his emotions, but also has them, right? Also knows how to express them, knows how to talk, knows how to articulate, knows how to, you know, let the woman know when things are bothering him, not acting like, oh, nothing bothers me, I'm too much of a man to let something bother me. And then when she mess around and overcook the pot roast, you're going off. You know what I'm saying? Whack up, back. Did I overcook the pot roast again? You know what I'm saying? That'll never happen with me, because I'm letting you know how I feel about every little thing that you're doing, but not like in a petty way, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'll do it in like a jokingly way or whatever, but if it's something that bothers me, we're definitely going to talk about it. I'm not going to act like I'm stoic and I'm just so nonchalant and I'm so alpha. You see these guys do this stuff all the time on these doggone panels. When they're by themselves, they're always super stoic, and men and a woman starts talking in a way that they're unable to handle, because I'm used to being around women. So regardless of whatever I say during the reaction videos, I would be charming a woman's panties off if they were around me in a panel. I would be charming the crap out of them, not pandering to them, you know, obviously checking them, but I'm also gonna let them know. If they looking good and they got themselves together, whatever, I'll be letting it be known, man. I just I'm not gonna make it seem like I'm trying to get in their draws, but I'll, give them their compliments where the compliments are due. You know what I mean? I'm that kind of person. You know what I mean? Women like that kind of stuff, dude. You got to have that ability to be stoic, to be regal. You know what I'm saying? To be stoic, but to be regal. Regalness, man, is just like a old money, like a royal family type of thing. Like you in power, you got that about you, but you have a grace to you. You got to have a grace to you, and a lot of you guys have no grace to you when you speak to women. It'd be like y'all be talking to them like this is how women are, and you don't really have that finesse that. Yeah, I mean, you ain't got it. You don't got the charisma like that. So that's where it really breaks down when the alpha gets separated from like the sigma guys, and definitely when those fake alphas, those ascended betas, they don't have any kind of charisma whatsoever. They can't even fake it. At least an alpha can, have some kind of charisma a little bit. Man, a fake alpha has none. Has none. Everything that they do comes off weird. You know what I'm talking about. When they're trying to be funny, it comes off weird. When they're trying to tell you how to be a man, it don't sound right coming from them. It's something about them. You're just like, it's something about them. Like, it don't sound right from you. Like it seemed like, like a nerdy dude that studied everything. Like he got all the points, talking points down or whatever. Like he's been sitting back watching the real dudes get after it, and then he was taking notes. And then he's reciting what he's seen, but it don't seem like he lived it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The real ones, y'all know what I'm talking about. You can always tell a guy that's lived it as opposed to a guy just talking about it. Like when the guys are telling you to be warriors and you got to be a soldier, as opposed to an actual soldier that is a warrior when they're speaking. It's two different ways, right? It's two different ways. There's way more posturing and peacocking when someone's that never been a soldier, never been a real warrior, is talking to you about being that, as opposed to an actual warrior, a soldier that has gone, faced his fears, faced his enemies, did what he had to do for things greater than himself. They always speak in a more humble way. It's two different ways of speaking. You know what I'm saying? But look, anyway, I don't want to hold y'all up, man. I got other things to be doing. And we got some reaction videos we got to get to tonight. So we'll get started on those. And a friend that I was talking to, he gave me a great idea for TikTok, man. Because on TikTok, they want you to go live for like hours. I'm not doing that. I got too much stuff to do in a day. I'm not doing none of that shit. So, but I can jump in other people's live streams though. You know what I mean? And do stuff like that. But nah, I mean, what's going on? I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? But you guys make sure y'all subscribe, share the videos to other adults that you know. I think I'm getting trolled by a lot of teenagers. Yeah, I mean, like around my son's age or a little bit older. So you guys share the videos to adults, and hopefully these teenagers will get ran off or whatever that's in your trolling. So share to other adults. Let's get this thing popping. Let's get these kids back to their own fathers and stop looking for some father proxy in me. I'm not your daddy. Nigga, I'm not your daddy. I guarantee you I'm not. I'm not. You might think you look like me, but I'm not your daddy. My son is in the house right now chilling. Okay? So you're going to have to go find something else to do. All right? But you guys make sure y'all drop a comment. I want to hear from y'all, man. Do you agree or disagree? And a lot of y'all that call yourselves alpha, tell me that I'm wrong. Do you not compete with other men on a regular basis? Do you not need the competition of other men to motivate you to get things done? Am I wrong? Prove me wrong. Man, all these content creators, alpha, self-proclaimed alpha dudes that are in secret competition with me, it's wild. It's wild. It ain't even about like just black dudes, white dudes, old white dudes. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about the race. I don't know, my video's messed up. It's raining harder. But a weak male wants to be led too. And these weak males that get in these positions of power, what they do is they study the real men that they would look up to, and then they imitate them online. They cosplay them.
right? And a lot of your favorite content creators are these cosplaying fake ass sensitive alphas. I'm telling you, they wouldn't bust a grape. They've never done nothing in their life. They've never served in the military. And even some of the ones that have served in the military, look at how they move, man. If they're not like full of energy and testosterone, they probably sat behind a desk. You be thinking that everybody in the military are out there, you know, marching. And no, some of these guys were in S1, S5. These are the people that sit up there with the sergeant major and the colonel in the AC pushing paperwork. And you be thinking that these guys, no, these idiots were just pushing paperwork. They never done anything, never went to the motor pool, never done. That's why I don't give every veteran credit. Some of these guys that are got YouTube channels, I can tell you were an S1 motherfucker. I don't want you even talking to me. You do not get to place your service compared to mine whatsoever. You don't belong in the same sentence as me. You never deployed. If you ever did, you was right underneath the sergeant major and the colonel or whatever, licking boots and working up there in the office while everybody else is outside sweating and getting it out the mud. No, I don't want to hear it, man. I always be asking some of these army guys, but yeah, I served. What did you do? What did you do? What's your job? Because it don't matter what job you have in that battalion or in that brigade. There's people that have to work in the office with the colonel or whatever the officer is in charge, and the sergeant major, the non-commissioned officer in charge. So those guys could be tankers in a tanker unit, but if they need some people, some staff, that's what it stands for, to work around the sergeant major and push paperwork for the colonel, that's what they'll do. Grab some of those tankers from the units, and they'll go up there and they'll work in the office. So some of these guys that are online bragging about being in the military, they sat in an office the entire time, sat on their ass, done nothing. I ain't got no respect for you. So don't be over here talking about bringing up your military service, man. I'll be having my dog tags out because I was out there in the mud, man. I was kicking indoors, cavalry scouts. Our motto is shoot them in the face. I don't have no respect for you people out here that be trying to get clout for your military service, and you know doggone well you didn't do nothing in there but push paperwork. That's all you did was push paperwork. You look like you pushed paperwork. You look soft. You sound soft. You know what I mean? You seem like you get bothered by tougher dudes, like a paper pushing fake ass soldier. S1. You know what I'm talking about when I say S1. You know what y'all was doing in there. Y'all gotta start asking these content. If I was on a panel and some guy was like, I was in charge of soldiers, what'd you do in the military? What was your MOS? Oh, okay. Oh, you was a tanker? Oh, you ever go to Iraq? What was the motor pool like? You didn't go to the motor pool. Where you work at? You know what I'm saying? Oh, you worked at the battalion with the sergeant major and the colonel? Oh, you was S1, S4, S5. You was in the AC all the time. You didn't do shit. You were the bitch boy for the sergeant major and the colonel. Don't get online bragging and you know you didn't do a damn thing but push paperwork. HR. Can't stand seeing you goofies. Y'all always be the ones that be like, because they'll say it and their voice will be breaking up when they say it. Yeah, I served. Yeah, you know you didn't do shit while you was in. That's why your tags ain't out. No, you can call me goofy. Oh, I am proud of what I've done, nigga. 2 wars to Iraq, kicking indoors. As goofy and nerdy as you want to call me, when it's time to do what needs to be done, somebody come knocking the door, I'm jumping up, I'm handling my business. Okay? You don't do shit. You ain't got it in you. That's why you alpha dudes are always studying Sigma guys, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all talk about it, we be about it. You know what I mean? Y'all be writing the books, but we're the inspiration, right? You know what I mean? Where'd you get the inspiration from? Somebody had to give you the inspiration and the knowledge for you to write those books. Yeah, some people get that wisdom from the Most High. And then people like you write books about whatever you see those people doing. You ain't fooling nobody. Run around with that alpha talk. Ooh, you need to be talking about being a masculine man, and that is it. When you talk about being an alpha, you are already telling me that you are beneath me. You are intellectually beneath me. You are physically beneath me. You know, you are spiritually beneath me. So I know you're going to compete with me. I know you're going to. You're not going to do it out in the open. You're not going to call me out. You're not going to say you're going to just cowardly compete with me and other males behind closed doors and then try to get online and fake it. But I can see past all of it. I can see past all of it. You know what I mean? And that's the reason why women obsess with men like me and not you. And it don't matter how much you study us, put yourself in secret competition, regurgitate whatever you see me saying, and then mimic whatever you see me doing. It don't make no never mind. You're still a lame. You got the heart of a lame. And women can tell a lame when they see a lame. Once a lame, always a lame. Give a shit what you think you can do to modify that. Nah, they can see the heart of a lame on you. That's why you don't get women like me. That's why women don't come to you like they come to me. No matter what you imitate and mimic, no matter how you try to mock me in front of other women, man, please. Boy, stop. You invite me on a panel or something like that, I'll take your girls. Not even playing with you, man. Which, like, I wouldn't even go on your garbage ass panels or whatever. But I'm just saying, man, y'all look crazy out here. And the women are never going to be obsessed with the follower. It has to be in secret competition. You need for other people to need you, and you need other males so you can secretly compete with them. Weak ass behavior. So that's what it means to be an alpha male, to put yourself in secret competition with other grown ass men to motivate you to do better. Piece of shit. Trash. Straight up trash. What can a Sigma do with that? We can get motivated off of your dumb ass needing to watch other people to get motivated to make and create something. That's not pulling out the ether. That's not. That's being a bitch. You need another man's energy to motivate you. Man, you bitch ass nigga. You a whole bitch. You wouldn't look at it that way because you think you're tough. You have to watch and study another man or other men to motivate you to do something. You're a hoe. You act like the mother that raised you. Okay? And ain't nothing tough about that. You have to watch and study other men to act tough online, to try to come across tough. What's tough about that, man? You know, of course you gotta call yourself an alpha online. Of course you do. You're weak as hell. You're weak as hell. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, you can try to get online and make yourself seem like you're anything other. You wouldn't bust a grape. You've never done shit in your life. Most of those guys that claim to be alpha males online, they've never served in the military. I guarantee you, most of all that claim to be alpha have never served in the military. And if they did, they were working right underneath the sergeant major, being his bitch boy in S1. Military guys that I see online are normally claiming to be masculine men or Sigma males. I don't really see none of them on here trying to make themselves out to be the toughest thing. And it's always these civilian dudes trying to make themselves out to be tough and strong and whatever they think that, man, please. It never works for you. That's why Sigma guys, masculine guys like me will always get women without trying. You're supposed to try. That's your place. You're supposed to work hard to get women. That's your place. There's just some men that aren't supposed to do that. It's not meant for us to be doing it. Stop studying us. It ain't meant for you to know how we get it done. You would never be able to do it even if you did study me. You know what I'm saying? Best thing to do is just sit back, mimic and mock what you see, man, and just let it go. Let it go. Secret competition is always going to make you lose, man. You can't really compete with somebody and be a winner unless you're doing it openly in a competition, in a sport. If you're just in life and you're competing, you've already lost. You're a loser. You're competing with someone secretly online. Online is cowardly enough, but to do it secretly, man, you're a coward. Your mother should have swallowed. Your dad should have left you running down the back of your mother's left thigh. Don't make any sense. But look, that's just my take on it. That's why I believe that, women are obsessed with masculine Sigma males. And why you alpha dudes will never be able to really compare, because for one, half of y'all are fake alphas. You're betas that ascended through money or clout or something of that nature. And both sets of you, alpha or fake alpha, you need to compete with another man to feel valuable. You need to feel like you're in competition with someone else, so that you feel like, ah, man, I can beat him. Why would you care? That's how weak you are. You're worried about how, you compare to other men, like these alpha guys that get into the gym. I'm bigger than ever. Why do you care the size of another man? What does that matter to you? Because if you had any sense, you would know the size don't matter. That dude could be studying some type of martial art. You don't test any man of any size if you can walk away from it. So what is your need to compare yourself size-wise? You're insecure. You're an insecure little boy. That's why you compare yourself to men that move in a way where they don't compare themselves to other men. You want to be felt like you're on that level. You're an insecure little boy. That's all y'all are doing, man. You be mad at me because I can tell that you're not a real one. No matter what babbling nonsense you say, I want to know your history. What have you done in your life? You used to sell cars. Tough guy. You used to be a car salesman. You were in real estate. Tough guy. You're in real estate. So all this toughness you have, you never felt the need to get it off your chest through doing something greater than you by serving, becoming a firefighter. No. You want to get your money. You want to be able to get money and then fake like you're this type of guy when you're really not about that life. You're not about putting the work in to be that guy, and you're really not about the outcomes of the people that carry themselves that way. You're really not about that. You're really not. You're just fake as hell. You're just fake as hell, man. Like, I can't believe how some of you people be calling yourself this and that. You look in your background, you never was a firefighter. You never was even a cop. You definitely would never serve in the military. You're a pussy. So what are you talking about, man? Also, now you're all of a sudden tough. When your country needed for you to be tough, you're nowhere to be found. But now you're online. Oh, now it's time to be tough. You're all fake as shit. And people are tired of fake, man. It's just, people are just tired of fake. Just tired of it. It gets no one nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is. You'll never get women like me, bro. You'll never get women like me or any other masculine Sigma. You never will. You never could. You'll never outsmart us. You'll never outthink us. You're not going to be physically more fit than us. You're not going to never look better than us. So whatever you need to do to make yourself feel better, because apparently your mother taught you to do this kind of emotional shit, do it. Put yourself in whatever secret competition, whatever. You will never be on my level. And how does it feel to know you're my son? You're over here, taking the words right out of my mouth, regurgitate out of my mouth, then you might as well be my kid. You know what I'm saying? And it don't just go for me. There's other Sigmas out there that you guys compete with. If you're a male that has to secretly compete with another man, you're not in no open competition or playing a sport. You're just secretly competing with another man. You are a piece of trash. Your mother really should have swallowed. You're a waste of skin and space. You don't bring nothing new. You're not helping motivate no one in any real way. Whatever you lie and say online to tell people as to why you're doing what you do, that's fake and it's false, right? It's not real. It's not authentic, because you have to compete secretly with other people to get you where you need to be. You can't do it on your own. You can't pull it out of yourself. You can't get the mud. You need to watch other people, and your envy and jealousy of whatever motivates you to get things done. Weird as hell. Weird as hell, and definitely weak. Definitely weak. You would never survive in the military. Good thing you never did go in. You never would survive in the military. You never would survive. You never would make rank. You never would do any good. So good thing you did cower away from that and go to college or whatever you did. As if you can't go to college for free and they pay you to go to college whenever you're in the military. It don't make any sense. It should be a rite of passage, honestly, in most societies, for the boys to serve a certain amount of time in the military. You know what I'm saying? Like 3 to 4 years. That way the school's paid for. They serve their country. They can pick their own job or whatever, but they should serve in a branch of military. You shouldn't be able to be online acting tough and you ain't never done a damn thing. You ain't never been in the military. You as a man, never been in the military, and you're in your 40s and 50s. Man, listen, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Because I'll be done pissed off everybody, man. Let me just stop with that. Let's just say it like this: me and you are not the same. And you and for you black dudes gonna probably go to Hotep route. These wars, these white people. You're a coward. Ain't got nothing to do with none of that. You're just a coward. You know what I'm saying? Don't even. You know what I mean? If it ain't in you, ain't in you. Don't even have excuses for it or whatever. You're just a coward. You know what I'm saying? But look, you guys, I'm not going to hold you. I just want to get on here and hold some of these alphas accountable. You're running amok on the internet like it's a fucking playground. You're fake as hell. And, y'all really just have a bunch of young guys that be subscribing to you and looking. Because dudes that are grown, a grown man has been around, know that y'all fake, and ain't nothing you're going to tell me that I already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all just, you're entertainers. You're entertainers. And some of y'all are really good at it. But that's all you are. Don't fool yourself. You're entertainers. Just call it what it is. Okay. But you guys smash that like button. And hey, listen, if I pissed off you alphas, I'm supposed to. Y'all come over here. You don't hit the like button. You don't share my content. And then you regurgitate the words you hear me say. And when you're not regurgitating the words, you're competing. Like some fucking idiot. You know what I mean? I'm gonna stick by this. Young guys, don't get on any performance enhancement drugs. I don't care what any old guy tells you, man. Like, do the best you can to go as long as you can without taking any TRT, human growth hormone, any of that shit. Okay? Go as long as you can. If you're not competing competitively, what are you taking it for? Why are you not pushing yourself to see what you can do naturally? You want to know why you don't push yourself? Because you don't have it in you, and you know you don't have it in you. That's why I keep telling y'all that every man is not built the same. Some guys automatically go to drugs, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to seem and appear as weak as they really are. Whereas when you really built like that, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to need a medical condition for me to go to taking any kind of drug, as long as my body is able to get up and perform in its normal functions. If I can perform normally and not be getting up, I'm going to work as hard as I can to do things naturally instead of taking shortcuts. You can do whatever you want to, and then you can say whatever you need to make yourself feel better. But no, you're a shortcut taker, and you're not built the same as me. You're not going to think the same as I do, and me and you are not the same. Period. Got nothing to do with bodybuilders. If you guys are you're making money off of it, but you're just a regular guy out here, and your platform or you yourself is not really about fitness on that level of bodybuilding, and you're recommending drugs and stuff. Like, come on, bro. That shows you how insecure alpha dudes can be, that you need to make excuses and make it seem like it's okay. Why would you do that, man? These young guys are very influential. We want them to work hard. And for whatever reason, after they work hard, they want to go and take something or whatever, and they don't put years and years and years and years, and people, but recommending them taking that kind of stuff, no. Even older guys, man, like, man, listen, you can find natural ways to raise your testosterone, man. You really should try to put the effort into it. And I guess at a certain age in your life, you got to decide, is your health more important or your wealth? Is making money and making it seem like you're healthy and whatever you're doing to appear that way drug wise, or actually being healthy and putting the time it takes? Because a lot of times it breaks down to that. A lot of these guys don't want to put the time it takes into doing it natural, like having to put the the workouts in as long as you have to, and all, and the recovery time. They don't want, they want to, they want to cut corners, man. And that's cool. Do what you have to do, but I can't respect it. I don't want to hear you over here getting insecure because there's guys doing it natural. Just because you ain't got it in you to do natural, don't mean you got the right to get online and make it seem like it's a better or smart thing to do by taking drugs. You're just insecure and you're studying men too much. And whenever a guy speaks about doing it natural, it triggers you. It triggers you because you know that anything natural is better than taking drugs, period, point blank. And if it takes you to do drugs to do it, then you got to rethink your life. Is what you're doing worth it? Are you getting paid to do it? If you're not, slow down. Do less. What the hell are you doing? Putting yourself in a situation where you have to take drugs to get more performance out of whatever you're doing when you're not getting paid for it. So you're doing it for ego? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Natural all the way. I've been doing it natural, and of course, you know, you can only do it at a certain amount, a certain pace. And there are times where you're sore, but you realize I gotta stretch more. I gotta stretch more throughout the day. I gotta go for walks more whenever I lift because I start cramping up. When you just start figuring it out, man, and you start buying certain things, supplement wise that are natural that you start taking to go along with it, and you figure out these different natural things that you can take. I ain't gonna say the name of it because I ain't giving you guys any free game. And you start being able to handle more and more, and you're okay with it taking time to be noticeable because you're patient, right? That's something else that's taught to you when you do it natural, patience. And the results you get, you're fine with. And the drug stuff, man. So I get like later on in age or some shit, my dick ain't working or something. You know what I mean? I'm just like, at least I can do is just look really good, and be cut and ripped. I might do it then, but as long as everything's working properly on me, I'm not gonna, cause any problems on myself by taking goofy ass drugs, man. Shit, I'm trying to make sure I continue to be able to get hard without needing a blue pill or blue chew or whatever the hell. Having no problems with that. Y'all be out here just be taking stuff. There be side effects to that shit, man. You know what I mean? Y'all be having side effects of that shit. And it ain't that important for me to have a certain level of muscle. I need for one muscle to perform at all times well. You know what I'm saying? I need that muscle to perform well at all times without no help. You know what I mean? That way, all the women that I'm with can just be like satisfied, taken care of, put to bed. And when the lights go out and they're not even looking for all that muscle shit. I'm not looking for all that shit. I'm trying to tell you, women want that V taper. They want you to be kind of ripped. They want your shoulders to stick out. If you can have a little bit of a chest, that's good, but they want that V taper. If anything, just have like a 6-pack or your stomach as flat as possible with that V taper. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Them chicks want to see that V taper into that dick root. That's all they're thinking about, man. All the other shit, man, you doing that for the male gaze. Women ain't worried about that shit. I'm trying to tell you. And it's goofy to get that much muscle put on, you guys, real quick before I go. It's goofy to put that much muscle on because it slows you down. You can't perform, your cardio exercises the same. You can't perform in bed. It don't make any sense. So what are you doing it for? Like, why are you so insecure that you got to put on muscle like that unless you're doing it for like a sport? You're doing it because you want to come off a certain kind of way, and you don't want to put the work in. You don't want to put the work in. Lazy alpha type of mentality. But anyway, y'all, I've cracked on these alphas enough, man. I'm gonna get off here, get on TikTok and do what I do, and then I'll be back on here in a little bit. And it'll probably be on King David the Chosen, and we're gonna have some Chosen One talk, man. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about the Chosen Ones a little bit, and maybe a semen retention video. And then we're back to doing some reaction videos, man. I've detoxed enough to where I could stand to watch some of that stuff. I can't watch too much of that trash, man. I have to be vibrating high. I can't listen to leftover women talking about stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me. Like the men that they date, I would never date those women. So it has nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? But we'll have that conversation then. You guys make sure you smash the like button, subscribe, join the tribe, man. Set the notification bell, drop a comment. Whether you're trolling or just dropping some emojis, do it for the algorithm. and share the live stream. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Love and light. I'm your brother. Salute. And I'm out.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.